From the gridiron to the airwaves, it's time for the Martin Houston Show with Martin, Xavier, and Simeon. Martin is a national championship fullback from the 1992 Alabama Crimson Tide, known for his bruising runs and devastating blocks. Now he's bulldozing through sports talk with that same championship intensity. Joining him is his son, Xavier, a savant of football knowledge and statistical insight. He's your go-to source for the latest recruiting news and insider updates from across the Bama Nation. And Simeon, the thinker and contemplator, bringing you insight and knowledge that is logical, thoughtful, and on point. Together, they deliver fair and balanced analysis from an insider's perspective with real conversations where the callers, the listeners, and the online maniacs get in on the action by sharing their thoughts, their comment, and their reaction. Join our online maniacs at facebook.com/The Martin Houston Show. You're listening to Tide 100.9 and 1230 WTBC. It's time for kickoff. So buckle up and get ready, because this is the sound of Bama sports. The Martin Houston Show with Martin, Xavier, and Simeon is live. Roll, Tide, roll!
Roll Tide, roll. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Welcome into the program. I'm Martin Houston. That's Xavier Houston. That's Simeon Houston. It is the Martin Houston Show with Martin, Xavier, and Simeon, powered by the good folks over at Box Eye Care. Box Eye Care power us each and every day. Go check out those good folks over there on Oscar Baxter Drive. They'll take care of you, make sure that you are taken care of and can see clearly into the future. That's Box Eye Care, boxeyecare.com. Hey, listen, can you see clearly into the future of Alabama football? Well, we're going to let you talk about it this morning. If you want to, you can call us on the phone lines. They are open for business today, 205-342-9904. That's the hotline. Also, we can welcome in the maniacs, so you can get your thoughts, comments, and reactions into the program as well. Can you see clearly into the future? Well, Clinton Dix seems to say, look back to the future. Go back and look at some of the film, and you'll understand. He said it's not a production game; it's a production business, is what he said. Is this his words? The staff's words? A combination? And more importantly, is there truth to what he said? Does it help the program or hurt the program? We'll talk about that. Also, the portal is like the scripture. There's a scripture that says, the Lord giveth and the Lord taketh away. Well, the Lord of the portal giveth and the Lord of the portal taketh away. Alabama had a whole lot of taketh away, but yesterday got a little give out of the portal. We'll talk about that. Also, I am going to break down a few plays. Guys, against Indiana, I'm gonna make you cry when you see what could have been. And this is what we watched all year. And I guess Xavier and Simeon, just right off the bat, before we even get into the conversation, I want you guys to answer the question. And I know we're going to come back to the portal because that's some good news, some good things happening out of the portal for Alabama over the last 2 days. But we all concerned about this offensive line. And when I show you what I show you, you need to be, unless there's some changes, do you all think that they're going to fire this coach? And just hold that thought, because that's what I want you to answer first. Because listen, y'all ever heard the definition of insanity? Doing the same thing over and over again and expecting a different result. And you cannot lose the two guys that somebody else wanted and then think that you're going to address the problems you had with your offense. Maybe he's waiting till after the portal. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe he see. I don't know. Maybe nothing's gonna change. Remember that this is the day that the Lord has made, so let's rejoice and be glad in it. Take some time to notice someone, love someone, serve someone, be the difference you want to see in the world today. And after we do a little football talk, we will end. We like football, we like faith, and we like fatherhood on this program. So we'll end up with Scotty Hollins with an encouraging word. But until then, let's give a little portal update, guys. But hey, address the first question. Yes or no? Y'all think we're gonna see a change?
No.
No, not at this point, not anymore.
Wow.
Nope. And I mean that's been one of our concerns, and with the plays that you're going to show, I think it becomes a little bit more evident of why we feel like there should be a change. Because in game 15, that shouldn't still be an issue. In game 15 of year 2, that shouldn't be an issue, but it is, but it's not going to change. But as far as jumping into the portal updates, Bama's had some bad news the last few days with the guys that we're losing. Quay entered the portal. He's been the starter at the beginning of the past 2 seasons, but injuries have plagued him, which has led to the emergence of Xavier. But his high school running mate, James Smith, also enters the portal, and they seem to be joined at the hip and want to play every snap they can together wherever, because I think wherever one ends up, the other's going to end up, no matter if that's a step up or a step down, however you feel about it. So more late last night, Kelby Collins enters the portal as well from Gardendale. Originally spent 2 years at Florida, went this last year at Alabama. But Alabama did get some good news out of the portal, and that is redshirt freshman offensive lineman Caden Strayhorn from Michigan has entered as well. Has committed to Alabama.
Yeah, and former Virginia Tech linebacker transferred Caleb Woodson has committed to Alabama. I mean, I don't think the board is going to fire Coach Cap at this point, but I'm going to be the optimist and say it was the players, because we have, for the past 3 years, we saw that Caden Proctor has been too slow. And so he's been too slow after losing 30 pounds, gaining 30 pounds, being supposedly getting quicker. He's been too slow. So maybe, just maybe, the coaches are getting some other players in that they really want and that fit the scheme more, and maybe they'll be able to block better. I'm just going to be the optimist at this point, because that has to be it. If the board thinks that Coach Cap is a good coach and good enough to be there, then it has to be the players' fault, not the coaches.
So with that said, I guess you all need to address the elephant in the room. Ha Clinton Dick's comments.
Yeah, I mean, Clint Dick said, "I'll be in my office all day." Who are y'all really upset that is leaving? This is a production based, honestly, business at this point. This is a full on business, and people were talking about Keon Keeley. Oh, that hurt. And then he responded to somebody who said Keon Keeley and said, "We're talking about production, not just highlights, not just 3 plays." In my opinion, I thought Keon Keeley was going to be one of the guys that Alabama was going to try to get back out of the portal. I'm not coming back if I'm Keon Keeley in hearing that. I think all of the other guys that are in the portal, that might be the case, but I mean, I wouldn't bash any players on the way out. I wish he would have handled that one just a little. I understand saying that one at like the first tweet, but then like targeting players like
specifically
is just not something that I would have done.
It's it now the question is, was this haha on his own blatantly, or is this kind of a message from the coaching staff? Because if we're going to be honest, there's some truth in what he said. Keon Keeley and James Smith have been on campus for a combined 6 years. They're both part of the 2023 class. And James Smith has been a starter for 3 years. Keon Keeley has played sparingly over the last 2 after redshirting, and they have a combined 5.5 sacks between the two of them. That's not 5-star production. It's not for guys that play on Alabama's defensive line when we're used to the Quentin Williams, the Run Paynes, even, who was more of a run stopper, and Jonathan Allen's, and the list can go on. That's not production.
How many sacks did Quentin Williams have after his third year?
Quentin Williams only started his third year and had more sacks than these guys.
So, I'm sorry. Quentin didn't redshirt?
He did.
He did. He redshirted, was a backup, started, top 3 pick.
How many did Jonathan Allen have? How many? My point is, we've talked about having older guys that's played a lot of football. And then sometimes it clicks. Sometimes it doesn't. So my concern is Quay Russaw, James Smith.
Jonathan Allen had 12 sacks as a junior after having 5.5 as a sophomore.
Yeah. And he was around a lot more dogs, and he only had 5.5 after, but he didn't have any, and he was the top dog too. My point is, I don't know who we're gonna get. I think it's good to question who's in the portal, and that's okay. Go back, because he didn't say you shouldn't be upset about any guys. He said, who are you upset about? Okay. And at that point, that's a legit question. When you look at all those names, but when they said about potential, I get it. I recruiting a high school guy off of potential and keeping a guy that has shown, like Keeley showed that he could do some things. His production in the games that he started to play, if you project that forward, you're looking at a playmaker.
Yeah.
Right? And you wouldn't expect him to go backwards. So I don't necessarily – you can't just look at numbers. You have to be careful when you look at stats and stats alone, because I can make stats say what I want. I could go back and go, okay, Keon Keeley played this many plays all year, so he averages 1 sack every number of plays. If I project that out over a season, Keon Keeley is an 8 to 9 sack guy.
Yeah.
If he plays a full game, like everybody, like most of the guys out there, I'm not saying I haven't done that number, but I'm saying that's what could happen. For instance, I give you a great example. Did you see Strahan's response to what's his name breaking the record?
More games.
Strahan said, Myles Garrett, congratulations. He owns a record sack for 17. He owns a record for 17 games. I own it for 16. But some other guy could come back and say, I own it for 14. Like O.J. Simpson and Jim Brown was getting their stats in 14 games. Herschel Walker got his stats in 11 games. He didn't have postseason didn't count when Herschel Walker was in college and Bo Jackson was in college. So you have to be careful when you just look at stats. So I think Keeley, unless he's an attitude problem or a culture problem, then you want a guy like Keeley back. Russo was your starter. You want a guy like Russo back. You can't penalize Russo because he got hurt. His production was down because he got hurt.
Yeah.
You can't punish him for the production, but you go, can I trust you to beat? What's the best ability?
I would rather have a guy that I know that I thought was good enough to start than trying to find somebody in the portal.
Agreed. If we didn't have Jans Pierre, but the best ability,
one play from not being there.
Sure,
the reason.
maybe.
Listen, the talent at the top level is as good as it's ever been. The problem is you don't have depth. You don't have guys making guys better at practice. When the twos go against the ones back in the Nick Saban day, he had 5 stars and 4 stars and guys who would have been starting
in other places, but we're not in that era anymore.
Hold on. Who you practice against? Who gives you your look makes you a better football player. If I'm playing against a guy who's soft, if I'm practicing against a guy who can't give me a legit look, when I get in the game, they're too fast. They're too much. Who is on your second team matters to your team. That's the reason Georgia and Alabama still have, you can put the numbers across there. They still have the same number of 4 and 5 stars starting. You look at Alabama's offensive line. That was as many 4 or 5 stars as Nick Saban started. The problem is, who are they practicing against? Tell me who they're rep. When I heard an old school Alabama guy say, he said, man, when we went best on best, it was more fun, more intense than the games. When you're going against the best team in the SEC other than yourself at practice, we don't have that now. And then they don't even get me started that they don't even practice. They don't even tackle. They don't block. They want to go fast. That's why we're soft. Indiana practices physical running, physical defense, and then they whoop your butt in the game. Jacob Powell said, doesn't matter if we want him or not. They are gone, and we have to move on. No, they're not gone. That's a misconception. Putting your name in the portal does not mean that you are leaving. It could, but that's the way these guys and these agents, I'm going to tell y'all, we've not, and we'll talk about that on the other side because we need to get a break. Guys, I want you to respond. Is this the players jumping into the portal, or is it their agent using the portal as a negotiation tool? We'll talk about it on the other side.
Tide 100.9 traffic.
Tuscaloosa traffic now from the Townsend Nissan Traffic Center. A very good morning to you on this wonderful Hump Day Wednesday. Moving along on the roadway, starting out quietly as you travel on, well, everywhere. 2059 looks pretty good from McFarland to Joe Malisham. We got Skyland Boulevard moving on the smooth in between 69 and McFarland, and moving about Lurleen Wallace. You're A-OK in between 5th and McFarland. With your Tuscaloosa traffic now, Tammy Thomas.
Payments from $199 a month and up to $6,500 off select Nissan models, only at Townsend Nissan. Lifetime warranty, free oil changes, and a pre-approval with no impact to your credit. TownsendNissan.com.
Adams Heating and Cooling with Richard Adams. Cooling, heating, duct cleaning, sealing, generators. You need someone in the heating and air conditioning business that you can trust. As temps begin to rise here in West Alabama, you can trust Adams Heating and Cooling. 205-46.
Mississippi, North River Timber Company has you covered. Since 2011, Courtney White, a registered forester, along with his expert team, have been managing timberland and harvesting timber across 4 West Alabama counties. They offer comprehensive timber management plans, reforestation services, and appraisals. Courtney White says timber is like money in the bank. Don't let your investment go unrealized. Call North River Timber Company today. Email them at northrivertimberco@gmail.com or call 205-242-5127.
$5,000. That's the average amount of money people in the U.S. are now spending on gas in a year. $5,000. That's crazy. If you drive, you have to download Upside, the free app that gives you cash back every time you get gas. That's right. You can earn real cash back with Upside just by buying the gas you're already buying. You can literally start earning cash back today.
I use Upside every time I fill up, and I've already made around $300.
You're putting gas in your car anyway. Why not get real cash back? If you like free money, download Upside.
I'm saving the cash I earn from using Upside to help pay for a vacation later this year.
Download the free Upside app now to earn cash back every time you buy gas. Use promo code PIPE to get an extra 25 cents per gallon on your first tank. You can cash out anytime right to your bank, PayPal, or a gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code PIPE for a 25 cents per gallon bonus on your first tank. That's code PIPE for a 25 cents per gallon bonus.
Hey, I'm Martin Houston, and I want to tell you about exciting news happening at Box Eye Care. They moved to their new location, bringing you a brand new lab, stylish new frames, and a fresh look just for you. Enjoy their expanded frame inventory, competitive prices, and faster service, all with the same great level of service you've come to know and trust. Discover this full-service eye care at Box Eye Care's new location. With their in-house lab, they offer unbeatable value and one of the largest frame collections in town. Schedule your eye exam today and walk out with new glasses in less than an hour in most cases. Visit boxeyecare.com. That's boxeyecare.com or call 205-342-0660. That's 205-342-0660. Visit them at 5003 Oscar Baxter Drive. That's Box Eye Care. Your vision, our priority.
Tide 100.9 Tuscaloosa weather.
Clouds around this morning, some fog and drizzle. The sun breaking through later today, the high 69. For tonight, mostly cloudy with the low at 53. Tomorrow, mostly cloudy and mild. We could see a few isolated showers during the day, the high 71. I'm James Spann with the Alabama Weather Network on Tide 100.9. It's 55 degrees in Tuscaloosa.
Interact with the Martin Houston Show by calling us at 205-342-9904 or tuning into the Martin Houston Show on Facebook.
Welcome back into the Martin Houston Show with Martin and Xavier and Simeon. I agree that, to your point of, yes, Alabama's depth is not what it used to be. I agree with the fact that Alabama doesn't practice the way that they used to practice. But whether it's agents, players, decisions, I don't want nobody wearing crimson if they don't want to be here. Malachi Moore said it best. If they ain't wearing crimson, forget them. And so that's the mentality I'm taking. If guys are hopping in the portal because their best friend hops in the portal, did they really want to be here? On top of production, we're getting 5 stars and 4 stars, but these 5 and 4 stars aren't producing like Saban's 5 and 4 stars. Now, maybe that is coaching. Maybe that's from DeBoer on down. Maybe it's some of the assistants he has. We got to figure something out. And maybe, like you said, you got to bring in guys that are thankful to wear the crimson jersey. And some of these guys aren't. Some of these guys are wearing crimson because it comes with a paycheck.
How many guys are out here? Like, how many guys are truthfully grateful to wear the crimson jersey anymore? Are we? See, when you say that sounds great, but I mean,
Nick Saban hadn't recruited the Crimson jersey.
That's what I'm saying.
He recruited the NFL. He didn't recruit Alabama. So we can say that.
But that doesn't make
Alabama standard. Go ahead, Simeon.
Like that. What level of guys are just wanting to come to Alabama just to wear the Crimson jersey? 3 stars and maybe some low-end 4 stars, maybe? Those 5 stars now are chasing a check. I mean, and they've been chasing the check long before NIL started. Those 5 stars.
Yeah.
And so I think the level of guys that people are wanting to say, like Will Sanders probably wanted to wear the Crimson jersey.
Kevin Riley.
Yeah, but that's 2 out of
that's what I'm saying.
And Wilkin probably wanted to wear.
And Wilkin, and so that's 3 guys. So
and you got Red Morgan, Isaiah Faga, and guys like that probably that grew up being Alabama fans.
How good would Alabama be with those guys?
Yeah, and here's my point. Nick Saban hadn't recruited to the Crimson jersey, guys. He recruited to him as Alabama and what Alabama could do with him. Meaning, if you come to Alabama under me, you can get to the league. And he made Alabama a national brand, and we benefited from that. But the reason the Alabama and Auburn game was always close was Auburn had more dudes that wanted to play in Auburn than Alabama had guys who wanted to play in Tuscaloosa. So the Iron Bowl meant something different to Auburn players as a whole, not all, as a whole, than it did to Alabama players. I want to address something because someone told me I was using Jacob Powell, I think, said that the agent thing was a cop-out. Well, let me tell you what's happening, Jacob, and then you respond and tell me if you think it's a cop-out. The agents are telling parents to quit their jobs. There are parents who are moving to the college towns. Remember the kid that got arrested at Georgia, guys, during a break and had the 2 kids in the car with him? Those 2 kids that he were endangering were his younger siblings because the parents had moved their kids and their family to Athens. But the philosophy of these agents is they're convincing these parents as if it's NFL money and NFL promise, okay? So you get all of that money, but a lot of times that amount of money you get is a signing bonus. It's a signing bonus. And if you don't produce, you don't get that money the next year. So the agents now have all the power. Parents have left their jobs. Hey, son, you're now responsible for taking care of this family. Boom, you need to go into the portal to get more money. Either make this team pay you more or up their deal with you or go somewhere else. That's why some of these kids are jumping in the portal. They don't feel like they have a choice because of the agents and the parents in their life. Okay, so Jacob,
now that I agree with.
It's not a cop-out when I say the agents are pushing these kids into the portal because it's the same thing that happens in the NFL. How many times have you seen an NFL player who is really good? If they're really okay, that's their decision. If the parents listen to another person and do that, then that's the parents' issue. Yes, it's the parents' issue and it's the agent's issue. But guess who the pawn is? If you play chess, the chess move has value. But the chess move can't move itself. The chess piece can't move itself. It's whoever's moving the chess piece that determines the value. I mean, the effectiveness of the player.
The kids aren't going to leave their parents down.
I don't even know the chess pieces, but I can have a king. And if I move him to the wrong place, value's gone. And that's what I'm telling you is happening.
And
a lot of these parents, guys, a lot of these people, y'all need to understand, a lot of these parents are coming from places where they don't have anything. And they think that this money is life-changing. And it's not. It can be something they've never had, but it doesn't.
And that could the promise of financial security for Meemaw have impacted you 30-something years ago?
Two things. Yes, before there was a wife, what drove me to make it to the NFL was that I wanted to be able to take care of my mom. Okay, that's what made me go to work in high school before I ever met your mom. It was my mom. It was like, I'm going to make things better for my mom. I'm tired of my mom getting up, going to work every day, having to work her butt off just for pennies. And I was driven as a young man to do that. I don't understand. That was something God gave me. Then it became my family. And that's what made me go to class, and that's what made me work my butt off on the football field. I almost didn't come back my senior year because I was being offered jobs from places like Champion and Pepsi. And I almost didn't come back my senior year because there was money being offered in my face. And I had a family. And then to your point, Xavier, and I'll point this out. I almost went to NC State or Mississippi State and a couple other schools because they said they were going to offer me and Hershey a package deal.
Mm-hmm.
I almost didn't come. So when you say guys don't go into the portal to play together, if they like brothers and it'll help their brother out, they will do it.
Mm-hmm.
I almost did it. And it didn't matter that I liked Alabama. I almost went to Mississippi State, but they decided that they wanted my cousin instead of me. Okay? But if they had offered both of us, I may have ended up at Mississippi State. So I'm telling you guys,
and these
guys,
18-year-olds are not like, these 18 through 22-year-olds are not going to let their parents, if they realize that this is on them, they love their parents. Especially if they coming from a place that, they're not as fortunate financially, they are going to do what they can to make sure that their little brothers, their mom, their dad, that they're taken care of.
Sam, I'll put it to you later. If I had played college ball and this was around, as good as mom and dad had it, if I could have made it better for mom and dad and for the three of y'all as the oldest, I would have done it.
It's unfortunate that they're put in that position as 18-year-olds.
And that's what I was going to say. The sad part about what we're talking about here is the people who that the people who are the money makers are the least mature, the least understanding of finances, but they're responsible for making it all, and somebody else is spending it. So Jack Powell says, so when production isn't there, how much money are these kids actually getting when they get in the portal and move schools? They're getting a lot.
I said more than you think.
That's the crazy, Jacob. That's the crazy part. Understand this. Alabama. Okay, they're looking at Keeley and they're looking at what he's done. They're looking at Quay Russo. But when you have 100 and something schools that can offer you money, they end up making money. Now some of the guys
understand, not every guy that is entering the portal is entering the portal strictly off of money. A guy like Olaus Ailing is entering the portal so he gets the opportunity to play somewhere. Guys like that, that are redshirt, going into their redshirt junior or senior year, are doing it for those reasons. But when you look at some of these guys, like a James Smith that was a starter, a Quay Russo that was a starter, a Keon Keeley that was a projected starter, those guys are leaving for money. Cole Adams is leaving so he has the opportunity to play. There's levels to it,
right?
But so some of them it's a money thing. Some of them it's a hurt feelings thing. Some of it's a strictly I want the opportunity to play and my window is closing.
Right, and that's the thing is opportunity to play and the opportunity to earn money is limited. And understand that some of these guys are being pushed in the portal because they are being told by their advisors and their parents that your window's closing, man. This is your opportunity. Now, some of these people, let me tell you what happened on some of them. Some of these guys went in thinking they had done enough to get more from Alabama, and Alabama said, hey, we're going to pay you what we're going to pay you. And they went into the portal. Some of them went to the portal and negotiated more money. And you may see some other guys come out of the portal. I don't know that. So anyway, that's the huge thing there. And listen, we had even talked about the good people. We hadn't even talked about we did talk about it. We did talk about it. We talked about the people coming out of the portal. Portal giveth. Yeah, we did hit that. Hey, coming back on the other side, we're going to look at least one play and break it down right here on the Martin Houston Show with Martin, Xavier, and Simeon. I love the passion. I love the engagement. I love the questions. I love the challenge. It's the Martin Houston Show with Martin, Xavier, and Simeon, powered by
Tide 100.9 traffic.
Tuscaloosa traffic now from the Townsend Nissan Traffic Center, moving at posted speed for your Wednesday morning commute, traveling on 43 southbound onto McFarland. It is starting to get some volume. Also picking up some traffic on Skyland Boulevard from McFarland to 69. 2059 still running smooth from 359 to McFarland. And looking at Lurleen Wallace, that's all wide open from 15 to McFarland. With your Tuscaloosa traffic now, Tammy Thomas.
The Venue, your new favorite Tuscaloosa hangout, food, music, and more. Come and taste what's new at the Venue, whether it's Liza's Sweet Shop, whether it's the all-day breakfast and burgers from Ramajama's, or the quality food that you can get at Finish Pub. Great atmosphere, great time, great people, great environment. That's the Venue. You can find them online at thevenuetuscaloosa.com, located off of Watermelon Road, just past Sokol Park. That's the Venue, Tuscaloosa's new favorite hangout. Make it yours.
Fire up the grill this summer with certified Angus beef, USDA choice grinds, only at Tuscaloosa's locally owned and operated supermarket, Piggly Wiggly. From fresh ground beef to ground chuck to the juicy certified Angus beef hamburger patties, you'll taste the difference in every bite. Don't forget the rest of the grill lineup. Fresh, never frozen chicken, quality pork cut fresh daily at Piggly Wiggly. Our skilled butchers cut and package meat in store every single day because fresh matters. Look for that certified Angus beef logo. It's your sign you're getting the best. Only the best make the cut. Just 1 in 5 Angus cattle qualify for the certified Angus beef logo. It's not just Angus, it's certified Angus. Fresh food, fair prices, down home, down the street. Piggly Wiggly in West Alabama, 5 locations to serve you.
What does it mean to advertise and do your marketing with Town Square Media Tuscaloosa? Melissa started her business in 2014. What would you say to someone considering Town Square Media Tuscaloosa?
My experience with Town Square Media has been awesome, and I would definitely recommend it to anyone. I think that this is the first time in my marketing experience that I've been able to see my return on investment. I would definitely say in the past that has not been the case. In this, I like knowing that that's 100%. A lot of the marketing we've done has been radio. You guys have so much more to offer than that, whether it's, websites, from targeted marketing to radio. You are kind of a one-stop shop, and it makes doing marketing so much easier. So I would definitely recommend it.
For more info on marketing with Town Square Media Tuscaloosa, call 205-345-7200 or click on Advertise with Us on our website.
Is life insurance part of your New Year's resolution? Listen, if you're young and healthy, it's simple, and any old agent can get it done. But if you're 50 to 60 years old with a touch of wide waistband syndrome or have correlating health glitches, you need to call Big Lou at Term Provider. Big Lou doesn't bait and switch you in with young and healthy rates only to clobber you with the truth down the road. $1 million of coverage could be as low as $200 per month. And unlike that treadmill, this one won't collect dust in the corner. Call Term Provider, speak with Big Lou, and find out how much he can save you on your new $1 million life insurance policy. Start this year off with peace of mind by calling Big Lou at 800-444-2013. 800-444-2013. Remember, Big Lou's like you. He's on meds too. For affordable term life insurance, call 800-444-2013 or biglou.com.
It locked into Tide 100.9 for more of the Martin Houston Show with Martin Houston and X's and O's Sports Xavier Houston.
Good morning. Welcome back into the Martin Houston Show with Martin and Xavier and Simeon. It's been a fun morning. I love the interaction. I love the comments, the difference of opinions. That's what it's all about. It's the Sound Alabama Sports, your show, your team. And if you're listening on the radio airways, I kind of try to set this up. Alabama is lined up. They have a shotgun look with the running back to the quarterback's left. He's going to shift to directly behind the quarterback, kind of the H formation with the tight end off the line a little bit. They have 5 linemen and a tight end. In what you would call the box, Indiana has 6 guys. They have a defensive tackle that's shaded to the inside eye of the right tackle. Then they have a guy head up on the center, a guy shaded to the outside shoulder, left shoulder of the guard. They have a linebacker off the line of scrimmage directly over the tackle and a linebacker directly over the right guard. And then they have a outside linebacker on the left and outside linebacker on the right. So let's look at this play. When you press play on this particular play, he shifts, and it's a slant play. Now, if you're looking at this, the first thing all the Alabama guys do is go sideways. They're all going to the left. In this particular formation, if I just back it up a little bit, why are you not just firing off? I mean, number 6 should be unblocked. He's backside. Just let him go. If he runs you down on a slant play to the left, shame on you. So let's play through. Now, if Proctor fires off and hits number 4, let's just say he fires off immediately. If Vandermark fires off and hits 97, Wilkin and Brailsford hit the nose tackle and the linebacker, but they fire off and drive him back. And then Cuevas hits the outside linebacker. This guy is at least a 30-yard run, if not a touchdown. But because they go left, while they're going left, Indiana's coming downhill. Watch the play it out. Boom. Vandermark allowed 9 across his face, which hits Brailsford, which hits Wilkin and prevents them from getting up to the linebacker. So 21 is running free. And then Vandermark misses him. And then Proctor takes a big, huge, wide step, and 4 runs through. But look at this, guys. At this point right here, look at this play. Just look at that right there. If Vandermark blocks 21, Proctor blocks 4, and Cuevas kicks out, he hits his head.
The only guy that has the opportunity to make the play as it continues to play out, the slot wide receiver takes the corner, is 12, and 12 has to get across the field with Hill running straight downhill at that point. And I'm sorry, 240 versus what looks like maybe a $190.
Maybe.
I'll take
Maybe.
that every day of the week.
I mean, what's his name does an unbelievable job getting across 91's face. Carroll. Boom. He gets across his face, gets him on the ground. Boom. Now like I said, if they fire off, just
anybody blocks.
No. Just if I was coaching this, the blocking scheme would be man up. I would have came to the line and saw it, and we would have left number 6 unblocked. The center would have had 0, which is the nose tackle. 0. Wilkin would have had the backside 1, and those 2 could combo up to those guys. What I would have done is have them double team the center, drive him back, and then if the linebacker scraped over the top, Brailsford comes off. If he tried to go underneath, Wilkin comes off. I would have had Vandermark just drive 97. Proctor, just drive number 4. Cuevas, go get the guy. Stop waiting. And this is a touchdown. Or at least a long run. Look at that. Look at the hole.
You see it.
If they just make contact. And this is with them going sideways. Just imagine what it would have looked like if they had just fired off. That hole
is that still a stretch? Is that still a stretch play if they're just firing off?
Yes, the stretch play is with the.
What doesn't make sense?
When I say fire off, I'm saying you fire off
first step forward,
but you take a step forward, Simeon.
Yeah,
they go immediately sideways.
Yeah,
and they keep going.
You have no power that way either.
But here's the thing.
It looks like power because I think Wilkins trying to pull.
No, what I'm saying is they have no power. They have no power if you go straight to the. No power.
No, but if you even look at the play, it looks like a power play because Wilkin looks like he's pulling around. So there's 0 reason for them to be taking a sidestep. If it's a power play, Parker fires off, hits the nose.
It's not a power play. He's coached instead of double teaming the nose up to the linebacker. Their coach, he's gonna pull. It looks like he's gonna pull around. I can't tell if he's gonna pull around or if he's just coming. His steps to get to the double team is sideways versus firing off at an angle and hitting the nose tackle. That's what I can't tell. Okay, but here's the thing: in what world would Vandermark not have 97? In what blocking scheme, right? Unless it was a trap, and the trap doesn't make sense. If Wilkin was pulling and trapping, but why? If Vandermark blocks him, why he let him cross his face? Now that guy hits Brailsford, or maybe they're trying to scoop him. It looks like maybe I don't know. It's just like I said, it's just poor blocking scheme. I'll let it play out and let you watch the rest of the play. So there we go. Boom, boom, boom. And there's our All-American. And look where he still got to. Just imagine if he had been running free. All right. Anyway, I'm sorry. I get a little passionate about that stuff. We got to get ready to get out of here. We'll pick this back up tomorrow because I have another play, guys, that I want to show that shows y'all saw how their linebackers got downhill.
Yep.
And then engaged. There's a play where Deontay Lawson, he doesn't engage. And on one of the touchdown runs, he actually drops his right shoulder to avoid the contact with the lineman. And when he does, the running back cuts back, and he's gone. All right, let's go ahead and just run through. Actually, I've gone a little long, so we'll just get Scotty. I'll see if Scotty can jump back in at another point. Guys, what are your thoughts on that particular play?
I mean, it is so confusing on if you actually know like offensive line play and their footwork, it looks like there are three different run plays: a counter, power, and some type of stretch.
A zone stretch.
Zone stretch. And the fact that you can see all three of those runs in one play based off of three different offensive linemen's
steps,
footwork, that is horrible. I mean, that is absolutely horrible. Like, there's no excuse for that. And if that is purely coaching,
that's what's so confusing for me on the play.
Optimism for me.
That's what's so confusing for me, because when I first saw it, I was like, "Oh, it's a stretch, a zone stretch," and then I looked at Wilkin and I go, "That's a pull."
Here's what I'm wondering on that play when I'm gonna make it large again. When you look at that particular play, the question I have to ask is, and first of all, the ball, Wilkin is looking down. Look at Wilkins' head.
He's looking at the ball.
If I'm a linebacker, I'm looking at that and going, he's going to the right. I mean, to his left. I read that as a linebacker right off the snap. Before the ball is even snapped, I read that. Okay? He's still looking inside. Now they look to the side. Okay. So let's see what happens next. Now the running back's going to shift. And when the running back shifts, boom. So what this is where it may not be all blocking scheme. It looks like they may be trying to scoop everybody. In other words, Carroll's going to scoop 91. Wilkin is going to scoop the nose tackle. Brailsford is going to scoop 97. Okay? That may be what they're doing. And that's fine if you want to block it that way. The problem is 97 came to Brailsford. What? Boom. Here's Brailsford. And Wilkins still gets to 96, the nose tackle. Well, here's the thing. Why is Vandermark and still going left? Go get the guy.
Yeah.
Go get him. You've taken your step. You're now in position. Why are you still going to your left? Look at they're in the exact same blocking position. Look out with the right hand out.
Because we can get it at this standpoint. Carroll gets his guy. Wilkin has his guy. Brailsford has his guy.
Yeah.
Get to the linebackers. Hit those guys in the mouth. Cuevas has his guy. Lottie's going to get this guy that's up here in the corner. And that is a hole that running backs dream of.
Yeah, and here's the question, guys. With more athletic guard and tackle, do they make this block? Maybe that's what they're thinking.
Maybe that's what
they're thinking. So, yeah.
I'm going to be optimistic.
Oh, my goodness. Tomorrow, we're going to look at a couple other plays that I want you to recognize. Hey, guys, as we wind down, I apologize we didn't have the Harvest Church Christian Moment of the Week, but I will give you a quick shout out. Hey, listen, especially I know we have a lot of men listening here. Fathers, I want to challenge you this year. Be the husband, the father, and the leader in your family, for your kids in your community that God's calling you to do. Like it, love it, or hate it, the Bible says the man is the head of the family, which makes him part of God's representation. That doesn't mean you're bully. That doesn't mean that you are dictator. It means that you love them the way Christ loved the church, which means you're willing to do what's required, what's called of you, and you're willing to be the difference maker. So, fathers, I challenge you in 2026 to be who God's called you to be. Find your why in 2026. Find your why. Find your why. Not what you do, but why you do it. And let it be about family, about community, about your marriage, and about faith. Football, faith, and fatherhood. We love it right here on the Martin Houston Show with Martin, Xavier, and Simeon. Remember this, trust in the Lord always, and not your own understanding. In all your ways acknowledge him, he will direct your paths. I'm Martin Houston. That's Xavier Houston, and that's Simeon Houston. Roll Tide, everybody.
Thank you for listening to the Martin Houston Show on your home for Alabama sports. Tide 100.9 and streaming on the Tide 100.9